What's going on, Dividend Chasers? It's the Dividend Bloodhound here, back with another investing episode. And in today's episode, we're talking about my free trade portfolio update. I'm going to be updating you on all the comings and goings of my dividend portfolio over the last month or so. Now, the huge update this month is that I sold my biggest position, Boeing, at break-even price. Now, the reasons for doing so will become clear later on in the episode, but I just basically wanted to get out and then I could reinvest all that money back into my portfolio and actually receive dividend income from that largest position, which was worth £730, and I've reinvested that money across a plethora of stocks, which you will see shortly. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you like what you see, and I'll see you on the flip side of the intro. Catch you there. Hey guys, welcome back into the video. So I will address the Boeing situation straight away. And I had three main reasons for selling up on Boeing. So Boeing has been absolutely smashed by the pandemic. It had its issues beforehand with the 737 MAX, which has recently been certified to fly again. Ryanair actually placed an order for 75 aircraft with them. But that is where the initial impact was to the Boeing share price. But since then, obviously, we've had the global pandemic, and that has absolutely wasted air travel and air traffic orders and airplane orders. Apart from Ryanair, Boeing's orders for aircraft have pretty much dried up. I do not understand that it has other military interests, space interests that still give it significant revenue. But with a debt balance of $62 billion, it's considering selling more shares to help pay down some of this debt, which will obviously have an adverse effect on the share price, potentially diluting them. I just saw this as a time where I could get out without having taken any major losses, because I lost about £1 on it in all honesty, nothing at all, to be fair, to get my £730 back. And I don't see a dividend return into this company anytime soon, because it is going to be concentrating so hard on eliminating $62 billion worth of debt. The company itself is worth about $120 billion, so half the company's value is in debt, and it is looking at all sorts of ways to try and reduce this debt flow. And with airlines currently watching their own books, it's going to be very hard for Boeing to try and get orders of aircraft in, with air travel and demand for air travel so low, and then primary customers, which are obviously airline companies, are also going to be watching their books because they've been absolutely smashed by the pandemic as well. So I thought, for me, it was the best time to get out, and then it could allow me to sleep a little bit easier at night. So let's get into the app, and I'll show you just how where I sold at, and then what I used that money to reinvest in. And I did it across some American stocks and some British stocks, but key thing is they're all dividend paying stocks, and all safe dividend paying, or safer dividend paying stocks as well. Let's get in there, let's check it out. Hey again guys, welcome into the portfolio. So here we have the current portfolio value at £6,494.40p, up £500.85 since I first started investing. Now I'm going to hop straight over to my activity to show you exactly what I did with my Boeing proceeds. So there you can see on the 7th of December, I sold my 4 shares in Boeing for £721.08p, a small loss of £1 or £2, not very much at all. And then with it, I decided to buy safer dividend paying stocks. So I bought 5 shares in Unilever for £215, 2 shares in the FTSE 100 ETF at 57.88, 2 shares in the FTSE 250 ETF at 62.45, 0.7 shares in 3M for £99.90, 1.5 shares in Raytheon Tech for £84.86, a whole share in IBM for £99.86, 1 share in Intertech for £58.59, 3 shares in GSK for £42.03p, and then I received a dividend from IBM of £3.27. And then if we scroll further down, you can see I had a top up of £235, a small Visa dividend of 54p, and I continue to buy 5 shares of GSK with that one at £69, 10 shares in BP at £25, another share in Unilever at £44, 2 shares in Sage at £11.70, 2 more shares in GSK at £27, and then 3.5 shares in AT&T at £74.87. Now, if we look over at the insights, my portfolio value of performance is up 6% since the 11th of November. Then the sectors are, as you can see there, largest is food and drink, and then roughly equates to approximately 10% down to when we get to the tech and industrials. And looking at my top performers here, we have AT&T, or largest position should I say, AT&T is at £644, down 9%. 3M is up 4.5% at £520. Shell was green for me very recently. I've managed to average down, and this company has come back up from its record lows of about £8 to meet me at approximately £13.37 a share. It was up a little bit more than this. I'm currently down £9 for my 34 shares. Then we have Unilever, one of my biggest positions now, heavily boosted by that 5 share investment with proceeds from Boeing. AbbVie, 5 shares, up 21%. That's hampering me buying more stock in them at the moment because of how high it is. Visa is up 3.9% for 2.6 shares. Coca-Cola has remained sort of where it was at 2.5% up. IBM, I've averaged down a little bit by buying that extra share, so I'm now up at 4.1 shares, 6% down for 391. GSK is fast moving to be one of my larger positions with 25 shares, averaged down a little bit, only down to 3.5%. BP still down 8%, looking a lot better than it once did though, having again averaged down. Raytheon Technologies, I wanted to keep some industrial footprint in my portfolio with the proceeds from Boeing, so I boosted my position here. Legal & General has come back a little bit from where it was over the last month or so. Still up 17%, but it was up more like 30%. Sage is still struggling from its report that it had taken a revenue hit due to the pandemic. No surprises there, but investors took flight from the company a little bit, which has gave me an opportunity to buy in. It's still 10% down though. Pepsi has largely remained where it was before, same with McDonald's. Caterpillar doing extremely well, 34% up, sort of stopping me from putting more money into them at the moment. I'm waiting for a drop. Diageo, 15% up, again sort of waiting for a drop on them so I can buy more. FTSE 250, FTSE 100, I doubled my positions in them, looking to add more over the longer term. National Grid has remained where it is, plus 1%. Starbucks doing particularly well, announcing really good results going forward despite the pandemic, 28% up, so that's hampering me getting more money into them. Intech is a new position, bought with the proceeds from Boeing. Again, we'll be looking to add to this one over the longer term. And then we're into the lower quartile of my portfolio. I averaged down on HSBC, bringing me down to just being 4% down. Commercial property I can't touch because it's in my ISA and I'm not allowed to buy it anymore. It has to be in a general investment account, so I have to sell or just play the patient game. Eurostoxx dividends is coming back nicely towards break-even point. Pennon Group, I'm looking to potentially average that one down because it's down 12%. Halmo's came down from being 20% up, down just the 7% up because people are taking flight from the safer companies to get back out in the market. Definitely wish I'd bought more of Qualcomm when it was at the price that it was. Don't know really what to do with that because I think 70% up is quite high to start purchasing at, so I might just end up selling that. And then lastly we have Tate & Lyle, roughly where it was last month. JLen down 6%. But I will look to add more of that one, and the same with Lockheed Martin to boost the industrial footprint in my portfolio. And then at the bottom there we just have my watch list. I'm watching a few Japanese ETFs, an Indian ETF, Berkeley Group, Ashtead and Croda Chemicals, although I believe Croda is quite expensive right now. And that wraps us up for this portfolio review, guys. I'll see you back in the outside world. Catch you there. Welcome back to the real world, guys. That concludes my portfolio review. Do you think I made the right decision with Boeing? do please let me know in the comments below. That would be absolutely fantastic. As I said, I know that Boeing isn't going to pay dividends for quite a while, especially with that significant debt burden, and I want this portfolio to be solely about paying me dividend income for the next 10, 20, 30 years, however long that is. So I really want every single stock in the portfolio to be pulling its weight, and unfortunately Boeing didn't fit that category anymore. It gave me an opportunity to get out, so I took it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and I'll hopefully see you in the next investing episode. Catch you there.